a dude disguised as another dude. Strength and honor, strength and honor, strength and honor.
Hello. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Hello. Why so serious?
I can trust you. Let go what him. At my signal. Unleash hell.
Do or do not. There is no try.
Right. Happy Friday, everyone.
Hello.
Thank you. Made it through another week of the sucktastic year known as 2021.
Hopefully it's going better for some people.
Yeah.
Hopefully they have figured out how to turn it around for themselves.
Hopefully they've all escaped to red states like we did.
The powers that be have not made any effort to make it better. But.
So, hey, it's Adventures of Sojan. It's great to see you guys. So, we're going to do something different tonight. We're now calling Friday instead of BYOBB. We're going to call it Strength and Honor Friday. And this is your chance to toast people who are making a difference in your life or in the world, or people who are just crushing it.
Yeah. Awesome.
So we have the technology now where you can call in. So let us know you're going to come in, and Lauren will text you or send a private message to you or whatever. We'll figure out how we're going to do this. Yeah, and if you have my number already, you can text me. You can call and your voice will be on the show. So, we did some call-ins today on the Hope Report, which went awesome. Yeah. Really thank you guys. But without further ado, oh yeah. All right, we're getting sophisticated. I got this all set up. I'm so
glowing today because he's figured out all of these fancy new tech things that he can do with all of our kicking internet here. And he's like in geek in heaven right now.
I totally am. I've been struggling and running this podcast, as you guys know, for over a year and a half now or something like that, between all the iterations, maybe even longer, with a ghetto connection that was killing me. I couldn't really do anything. Now we have smoking internet and you're seeing the show, the production quality, everything is starting to go up. I'm totally pumped.
The only thing that's a source of disappointment will be for those people who wanted a real set.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can't beat the Tennessee mountains.
All right.
So I think we need to start with the Strength and Honor, just to all of you. All
right. So one, to our audience today, for showing up and supporting us. We know we've been gone for a bit. We're so happy to be back. So,
strength and honor, strength and honor,
yes.
Strength and honor.
And if we have anyone new watching, this is what we do on Fridays.
Hey, Chris.
We have enjoyable beverages, alcoholic or not. It's your choice. And we strength and honor the heck out of everything just so that we have an excuse to cheers.
Yep. So, hey, Chase here. Good to see you. Scott, great to see you. Sojan, Chris Ablood, great to see you. So if you want to come on the show tonight and cheers, it can be, you can strength and honor your wife, your kid, your husband, your mom, your dad, your dog, whoever is making a difference in your life. It can be a public figure. It can be somebody you know. It can be somebody you don't know. But we want to acknowledge and want to let the world know that people are fighting the fight out there and people are crushing it. So, so everybody who's over on Facebook, if you could hop on over to YouTube, you'd be doing us great. We're trying to get viewing hours over there. We're this close to being monetized, which would be great.
Yep.
So, I want to give a just because we talked about it, I'm going to talk about it for a moment and then put it to bed, and then we can drive on with the other one. But I want to give a strength and honor to Melissa Hooray, my co-host, and to Mike Lindell, the man who seems like single-handedly is fighting.
Does seem like two separate toasts. I mean,
well, so first, Melissa Hooray, my co-host in the Hope Report, we crushed it today, awesome. And it was awesome.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
And then to Mike Lindell, my boss over at the Hope Report.
Yeah.
And, for one, having the integrity, the courage, and the fortitude to keep fighting through this. Awesome. So here's to Mike Lindell.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
And Mr. My Pillow. And Scott. So he said, can I get a strength and honor for one of my friends that just passed away? He was the best man in our wedding, and he was a Navy vet. Yeah. Do you want to come on and talk about him, Scott? We'd love to hear about him. It's up to you. At work?
Come on.
If you're at work and can't call.
If you're at work and you get a bad internet connection, don't call. I mean, again, it's just a phone call. It's not an internet, so we won't need video. We just need your audio.
But if you can't, we are happy to just give him the toast on our end.
Yeah, hey, Steve Rowley, Melissa and Steve, your chair, strength and honor. Happy to see you guys. So happy to see you as well. William, what quality and beautiful background with the mountains. Thanks, brother. I really appreciate that. All right, he's working tonight. And Brandy, it's great to see you. So, all
right. So, to Scott Torchik's friend.
Yes. What was his name, Scott?
He sounds like a good guy. If he was a good friend of yours, was it unexpected?
So as
and for any of you who've popped over to YouTube, which we so appreciate, if you also want to hit that like button,
that would
while
be
you're
huge.
waiting, that is even more helpful.
Yeah. So, anyways, here's to Clinton Smith. There he is. Right. So here's to Clinton Smith. Strength and honor to you.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
May you rest in peace in heaven with Jesus, my friend. So
he's on the better side than we are.
That's something that we went over today in the Hope Report. Is the Hope Report is all about good news, and what we covered over there today was basically the war's already been won, and now we're just fighting for legacy. Because faith without works is dead.
Right.
There's no faith at all. So you don't get to heaven by faith, but if you don't do works, you have no faith.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people kind of can get hung up on that too.
Yeah. So very unexpected, 43 years old. That's terrible, man. That's terrible. So, the Hope Report went great today. Melissa was on, Steve Bannon. I got invited on twice, 3 times, and was standing by, all dressed up, sound checked and everything, and I just wasn't cool enough to get on. So
it sounds like somewhat unexpectedly he had her on this morning.
Yeah, she was texting him back and forth, and he's like, just get on. And they got on, talked about it. And of course, he's got millions of viewers, and we shot up subscribers over in the Hope Report from 33, which I thank you, our audience, which is a lot smaller, to almost 400 now.
Yeah,
so we're flying, and some of that stuff is making its way over to PCM, which is great. So again, super excited about that.
If any of you caught the Hope Report feed was also on PCM's feed today.
Yeah.
So you might have seen that live at 1. And if you didn't, it's certainly worth going back and listening.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to edit it up because we had some technical difficulties with all the different sharing it to 15 different platforms and all that other stuff, and some things
his
got
new
crossed.
Toys a little bit.
So I'm going to edit it and get it back up there. But I mean, it went really well. The quality was just very similar to this, if not better. Just because we had 2 people, so we had a set. Each of us had our own little green screen set, and then we had an overall surrounding frame, which was pretty nice. So
he's getting all fancy up
there. Yeah, but we got names. We got names that don't vanish here, right? So I want to strengthen and honor the most incredible woman I've ever known in my life, who is now 8 weeks pregnant. And I want to thank you guys for your prayers. As you guys know, we had a miscarriage not too long ago.
Didn't catch the episode on Monday, you might have missed that announcement.
Yeah. So
we
Lauren's
expecting
8 weeks.
Kiddo number 2.
About 8 weeks pregnant.
Yep.
So further along than before, and
Christmas baby on the way.
Christmas baby on the way. And I just, we've had a lot of stress in moving. We move 3 times in a year. I mean, 3 times in a year. I mean, we move 3 times in a year.
We don't advise it.
We move more than 3. We move 3 times in less than a year.
Yeah.
Sold a house, bought a house, career change, a lot of different things. So we've had a lot of different stress. And now Lauren's, got the mama hormones going, and she's just been amazing holding it all together and has been so supportive. So here's to you, babe.
Oh, thank you.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
Your maybe Magnus is getting some strength and honors.
Yeah.
Too. He's gonna be.
Yeah.
We'll
thank
find
you,
out
Che.
in about a month.
Che
if
said
Magnus is even a possibility.
Yeah. So Che said, I'll see if I can throw it up on the screen for everyone to see.
This is a cool new feature. He can highlight.
Check that out. So, hey,
How
Che,
fancy.
How about strength and honor to both of you for leading the fight for those of us still crawling our way to faith? Awesome, bro. Awesome.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
Thank you,
Strength and
Che.
honor.
Thanks, you, Che. Crawling your way to faith. That's a great
I hope you guys
description
brought
for
a
him.
deep beverage tonight.
Yeah.
Because we're off to a strong start.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you.
My boring bubbly water.
Yeah, Scott said Magnus. Love the
Yeah.
screen. I was passing through East Tennessee a week ago. Oh, Dad, next time you're in town, you just let us know.
Is tomorrow? Are you meeting
Tomorrow we're
John
meeting up
tomorrow?
with John tomorrow.
Is John Ferris on yet? I don't think
John
so. He's
Ferris-
probably not on because he's probably
not
in
'cause
Tennessee.
Yeah. So John Ferris, who's a viewer of the show, we're going to hook up with him and have some either lunch or dinner or some adult beverages. We're not sure yet, but we're going to make it happen. Che, about crawling the faith. Last night we had a really good, or not last night, today or on the Hope Report. I was talking to one of our guests, and he had a really good way of putting what life is.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to go over that, Lauren?
I don't recall specifically what
the school and life.
Oh yes. I'm still trying to remember how he framed it. So of people who he was a former addict, and the Hope Report's a lot about former addicts, and so his career now is helping addicts as a counselor and otherwise, and so how he looks at it is kind of people who've had a past of whatever sort. He calls it God's classroom, preparing you to essentially it's teaching you what you can do to now, once you're with God, to go back and help those same population of people with an experience that personally. So by helping as an addict or a former addict, he can go back and help. And so I liked how he framed that in kind of
I thought it was
God's
really cool.
classroom.
Yeah. Well, it's just a different way of saying that your testimony is for somebody else out there, and to pull the next person up.
Point that a lot of times you go back, as something that for most people they would want to run from. When you have kind of Jesus by your side, you can go back with his strength and help people who are in the same situation that you were able to escape from.
Yeah. So Jen, you guys want to come on? You guys got my number. If you want to call, come on and comment if you guys want to hear some hardcore Boston accent. Oh my God. You want to hear some straight off the planet Klingon or whatever, it is, they have some accents, boy. I can't believe I used to talk like that.
Yeah.
So, and I'll just never forget. We were driving down 81 and they pulled us over. And
Because you're already talking like it
yeah,
again.
But pulled over and Jen started talking, and I was just like, "Holy
We
smokes!"
both immediately started giggling.
Yeah,
We never talked to her.
Oh,
It's a pretty good one.
that's a great one.
Good people, though.
So now, great people, great friends. They bought us this awesome painting and a cool book on it. Yeah, we definitely will. We'll show it next time. But so thankful for friends who, friendships are hard work, guys. And we all have a limited amount of energy. And the people who give you energy are the ones you should be giving back energy to.
Mhm.
So many of us, have friends that are are black holes, or they're just, they just suck the life out of you and the light out of you, and they don't give energy back. When you have a friend who actually reaches back to you, that's amazing, and that's something that you need to do. And if you don't have friends, you need to be the person leading the way doing that, right? Because I go out of my way. If I'm not doing anything, I think to myself, who haven't I talked to? And I reach back out to them. And one guy who I want to thank right now, who is probably not watching, he's probably in bed right now, but Paul Race, who's one of my dear friends from Charlottesville, has been touching base with me and just maintaining contact, because we know we're not going to see each other very much anymore, that he's in Charlottesville, and he's got grandkids on the way and all that stuff. And so that's a friendship that I treasure. I just want to say that to him, Paul, I thank you, and strength and honor to Paul Race. Nice. One of the most loyal. If I had a body to bury, he'd be the first person I'd call.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
Don't we all need someone like that? You're my person. I don't have any. I don't think I have any cool girlfriends who I could call.
Girls have it rough, man. Girls have it rough. I was just talking to Chris and Joel about this, and I was talking about your struggles with friends, and they're both like, our wives too. I'm like, are there any cool chicks out there?
We just get so caught up in our families, the taking care of the day to day, that I think a lot of us fail to. Speaking for myself, and assuming that this is the case for other people, fail to prioritize relationships outside of the home, because there's so much going on inside the home, and generally the wife is the one who's managing most of that. And so for me, it's I am not good at connecting with friends on top of something else that I deem as a priority within the home.
Yeah, it just seems so hard for girls to network and have a good time unless there's like a cause around it. When there's a cause, you guys are like ridiculous. Like, mommy's for whatever, or doggies for this, or whatever. You guys are unstoppable. But like, just give you like, hey, you want to be cool and hang out together?
Yeah, I mean, there's some people who are really good at having those and I had a girlfriend like that in high school for sure, but in adult life, I have not. I think just because other things come in, and
we're gonna work on that. I'm your social coordinator, your social life coordinator.
Well, now that kind of being in this lifestyle, this mindset, it's certainly kind of before in Charlottesville that it was harder to find people that you could be authentic with.
Yeah, and
there's less of a draw in spending your time with someone that you can't be kind of fully yourself with. And I also have a hard time finding people in my age group because I'm like 75.
Yeah, socially. Maybe we need to start hanging out with like 70-year-olds, and you'll be like calling there.
I see these.
Those are the people that you like latch on to. It's so funny.
With kids B's age, like I'm stereotyping, I guess, but I look at their pictures and they're like on Facebook groups, they're like, does anyone want to have a play date? And I need friends. And I look at it's like, I don't think I would have anything in common with this person. They're my age.
You have kids. You can talk about kids stuff now until you find if there's something else, until you find out
I used to only talk about dog stuff.
What's
now
most important? What team are they playing for?
Yeah.
Like, we don't want any liberal friends right now. Sorry, everyone. We moved to Tennessee so we wouldn't have to have liberal friends. We don't want to have a night of hanging out where we can't talk about anything but weather or food or whatever, since none of us watch sports anymore.
Babies is a neutral topic.
Ugh, that's a girl topic.
But still, it's like you can't talk about how you want to raise them and that kind of thing. So, yeah.
All right, so my thoughts on Caitlyn Bruce Jenner are this. So Caitlyn, when they introduced Caitlyn.
So there was a question on Facebook for all the YouTube people. There was a question on Facebook. Any thoughts on Caitlyn Bruce Jenner after?
What do you mean? Interview? I'll just throw that up there.
Throw it up there. Okay.
So William said, any thoughts on Caitlyn Bruce Jenner after her interview with Hannity? One, I didn't watch it on Hannity because I've time is valuable to me, and I've never learned anything from Sean Hannity. I agree with him on anything. We'd be best friends hanging out, but I just don't learn anything from him. And they always, and I have a problem with how they introduced Caitlyn Jenner as former Olympian. Caitlyn didn't win anything. Nothing. Caitlyn has never won a single thing except for Woman of the Year as a dude. All right. Bruce Jenner won the Olympians as a dude. So listen, if you're going to like change species and genders and all this, you are nothing. You didn't win nothing. You didn't do anything. You're now a girl. So start over as a girl if you want to be a girl, and you've won nothing. So stop introducing yourself as former Olympian, because the dude did that, not whatever you are now. It's my opinion. Sorry.
Okay. So aside from that,
I would not
think about her run for governor.
I'm not going to vote for a mentally unstable person. Yeah. I mean, it probably has a good chance of winning, but because California is full of Fruit Loops. But I'm not going to vote for somebody who is clinically insane, denying what they are.
I saw Bryson Gray, who weighs the rap artist who weighs into all of the political stuff.
Love me some Bryson Gray.
He posted his take on it is that it's a terrible idea that Caitlyn is still running as a Republican, so it's not going to be enough to win over any of the lefts in California, and you're going to lose a lot of the Republicans who are going to refuse to.
That's smart.
Vote for Caitlyn's life choices.
The only thing that he might get millennial votes because he had a reality TV show. They know who he is.
Yeah.
She, whatever. Yeah, he. I'm calling him a he.
But
unless has he had the manhood chopped off, or does he still have both? Does he have like?
I'm not an expert, but I believe the last I heard was that there had not been the surgery.
So then he's a dude. Okay, so I'm gonna call him a dude.
Boobs have been added.
Yeah, so he's a dude with boobs.
Just say.
I mean, if you're fully committed,
Caitlyn, and then we don't have to. That's what I've been doing. Anyways, I mean, Caitlyn has come out, and the political ad that was created. I mean, taking aside who is representing it, they were very Republican talking points.
Yeah,
and coming out against trans athletes competing and all of that, so that the stance being taken is not going to swing, I think, Democratic votes to that side. But I think that there's going to be Republicans who are going to say there's no way I'm voting for them.
Yeah, well, one being a Republican and running anywhere there without.
Hi, John. Are you in Tennessee?
Yeah, you should be in Tennessee. I think you got here last night. We were already talking about you, brother. So we're going to have to do either lunch or drinks after lunch or breakfast. I mean, whatever. I'm game for hooking up with you, brother. You're making the trip down here. You're coming to move. You're looking to move to our part of the woods. We are building a family Patriot Crusader Mission compound here, and want to have a community of pipe hitters.
So, John, I don't know, what time did you get in today? Have you been around the area at all? You're welcome to call in if you just popped on the show. We're taking calls tonight, so you can call in and let everyone know what you think of the area as a newcomer, newer comer than we are.
Yeah,
we're like old hat here now, right?
Yeah, exactly. We're locals.
We can even go a few places and not use GPS to get home. That means we're like. They were official.
Yeah. But I'll tell you, today, people are talking about masks and they're dealing with mask aggression and stuff.
Is there anything you wanted to wrap up about the whole Caitlyn California thing?
No, I just, so with the whole Caitlyn Jenner thing, I'm all for Republicans running. I just don't want mentally handicapped Republicans running. So, I mean, there's, Kayleigh McEnany was calling Bruce he in the beginning like 2 times on Newsmax before referring to it as a she. I won't call it a she. I'm going to call it its name, and I'll call him he, she, because he was a he first and now he's a she. So he, she seems pretty appropriate, right? I mean, wouldn't that be the most accurate way to classify someone's gender?
No, because they have disowned the he part.
But you were a he, now you're a she. The latest
Why is
thing
it
there's
they?
Huh?
They.
They.
Yeah.
Now they're multiple people. They might as well be, whatever. so anyways, you know, he can get up there and say all the rational points in the world. You know, I can get, you know, but if he comes in here and says he sees unicorns running around everywhere and he's got a pet unicorn that's sitting on his shoulder right now looking at everyone, of course, that's insane. I'm not gonna do. They're not living in reality.
So for you, the identity part and what the individual has chosen as a lifestyle outweighs the platform that they're running on.
Well, one, I don't live in California, so I don't have to worry about that.
No, I know, but I'm just.
But if it was
in
my
that
choice
situation.
between him and a Democrat, I would vote for a Republican every time.
Okay.
But it doesn't matter there, in my opinion. I'm going to tell John here. See it.
Jenner. Dan Hill says what? Just call it Jenner. That's a good suggestion. Go the last name route. That's consistent.
John, don't you have my cell phone? Just text me on my cell phone, and I'll call you in.
Messenger.
Maybe it was Messenger. Let me see. Just message me either a Messenger or that, and I'll call you in, and you can tell everyone what you think of Johnson City. I mean, it's a great town, man. It's great. It crushes. So I was on the Rob Schilling show today in Charlottesville, and he was asking me how Tennessee went.
Do you mean message him, or did you?
Yeah, go ahead and message him.
Okay.
Pull that over while I'm doing this. And they were asking how Tennessee was, and I'm like, it's 20 more thousand people, I think, than Charlottesville. It's got more convenience. And I don't feel like I'm under constant attack here. Like no one's jamming their ideology down my throat. I haven't seen, you know, a single BLM sign. I haven't seen a single Obama, Biden, Harris craziness sign. I definitely haven't seen in this house, we believe, you know, the litany of ridiculousness.
Well, I know we've had a few locals who come and they hear you, you know, saying that, and they're like, "Well, have you been downtown? Yeah, it's blue." And I think
like they have no idea.
Their concept of what's blue is
they'll see one Biden sign in 100 miles and be like, "Damn Democrats are over there." Whereas we were in Maine and we were in red part of Maine, and Bangor was insane.
Yeah,
it was insane.
Red part, but Bangor itself.
I mean, Susan Collins lived less than a block and a half from us.
Hi, Todd.
Hey, Todd, welcome.
And John, I just messaged you in through PCM Messenger, his phone number, if you have that.
So just call in here, John, and you can tell us what you thought your first impressions were of Johnson City. Todd Magnuson, I think this is your first time. So is this your first time here, brother? Welcome. You get a toast just for that.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
So I don't know if you saw, you know, my whole purpose of going on the Schilling show today was to talk about the destruction of the military and law enforcement by this wokeness and the 1619 agenda, critical race theory, and, you know, and racial, what's the term where it's the outcome. It's not
equity.
Yeah, racial equity, where it doesn't matter how hard you work, if you work 1 hour or 12 hours, you're gonna get the same outcome.
Not having the same opportunity to do it. Yeah.
So my friends, the last thing to go was the military, right? It's been under attack for a long time. I actually moved to Johnson City from the Twin Cities, was on a few months back. Awesome. Well, Todd, I want to meet you, my friend. I'd love to have a drink with you. Cool. If you don't drink, love to have a coffee with you, whatever. Come on, hang out at the compound over here, or, you know, wherever. And have a good time. So here is my phone. Here comes John. So Todd will pick this up here in a second. John, are you there? Good. Hold on. Let me make sure that I put you on the right thing. Yeah. I'm going to put him on the roadcaster. All right, John, you're on the air. Welcome to Johnson City, brother.
Boston?
Sorry.
Hey, it's great to be here.
Come on, hi, John.
Well, he's got a Jersey accent. It forces me up into the Northeast.
No. You're going to get us banned here.
No, there's no Jersey accent. Come on.
We were talking to the parishes were here, Scott and Jen, that they're very Boston, and they were on their way up, and they were talking about how they'd come from Mississippi. They were like, everyone was like sticky sweet there. And they were like, people aren't as nice here as we expected them to be. Like, maybe it's because they hear the Boston accent and they think you're in the wrong team.
Yeah. It's funny. If they think you're from the North here, it is totally different. It is, like, again, I've had neighbors be like, we were so worried that we saw your yellow plates. We thought you were New Yorkers. Yeah. And we're like, no. We came from Virginia.
I think the locals are all freaking out.
They are.
Many people are moving in.
They are. I mean, so there's a secret handshake, as you guys all know. And then, John, we'll talk about your trip here. When you're talking to somebody for the first time, you're trying to figure out what team they play for. And so there's like this verbal innuendo secret handshake that goes on while you're trying to ping to find out what team they play for without asking them what team they play for. Yeah. And Lauren did her first secret handshake today with a female
one with our molds person, which we can tell you about that after John gets off the phone. But yeah, so it was I've done it with guys, kind of who've come over, like our movers and whatever. It's that's a little bit more obvious, but yeah, it was my first successful secret handshake.
She's like, I had my first secret handshake today. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Tell me about it. I can't remember. What do you mean you can't remember your first?
It started
like,
with
how did it go down
and all that stuff? Yeah, so it was good. Anyways,
so welcome to Freedom, brother. How are you liking Johnson City so far?
Oh, I love it. This is a great place. My wife. That was my concern. If my wife would have liked it, and she fell in love with it.
Oh, so good.
That's great.
So, do you guys get in town this morning or yesterday?
No, we got in last night about 9:00.
Okay, so you just kind of spent the day around town today?
Yeah, we put a lot of miles on today.
Okay,
going up and down roads and.
What parts of town are you looking for? There's a lot of nice parts of town. We're not in the nicest part of town, we'll be honest, but we're 10 minutes from a Trauma One medical center, 10 minutes from every restaurant you could ever want downtown, the VA, and we got 44 acres with $1 million views. So
we have trailer neighbors.
Yeah, but that's what's going to happen when you have freedom, right? So a lot of people, as you see here, John, when you come down here, it's not like if you want to live in a covenant where they tell you can't change the color of your front door, or your fence is the wrong type of fence, or your grass is 1/8 of an inch too high. Screw that, man. That's not why you come to Tennessee. You come to Tennessee to have freedom. And with that freedom comes trailers where they have a junkyard in their front yard. But I don't care. It doesn't impact me. Go ahead, brother.
You're absolutely right, because I tell you what, I'm leaving all that nonsense, and I don't intend to put up with it here. Mm-hmm. So,
well, you're not going to hear if you mind your own business, people leave you alone.
Right.
I mean, that's the greatest thing.
And I was out with Chris today, and he's a great guy, and he showed us around quite a bit, and we saw a lot of different things. I took her right out to Boone Lake, Watauga Lake. Mm-hmm. That's beautiful, Watauga Lake.
Watauga Lake is great. We're hoping to have a boat someday out there. It's like like 15, 20 minutes from us right now. We would love to go out there and have something on there. It was just a little bit too far for Lauren. I tried to push out there, but she wanted more access to amenities, and I can't disagree with her. We got the best of both worlds right now. It's hard to get a lot of land on a lake, right? And the problem with a lake is you never have privacy, because anyone can pull up in your backyard and just park their boat.
Well, the thing about the Watauga Lake, that's Cherokee Forest there, and that's National Forest, so I don't think they're going to let me build a house in there. So.
Yeah. But I'll tell you. What else do you think about our town? Have you tried any restaurants yet?
I have. I just got in my hotel room about 10 minutes ago. Went to Luke's Pizza, and excuse me. And,
it was good pie. Was that good pie or what?
Is that the one you've been to?
Yeah, that's the one they take you. Chris and Joel, you'll probably meet Joel later. They'll take you to this cigar bar. And they usually bring that there. That's the pizza that he brought that got delivered there. And it's good pie. It's not a 10 in New York City, but it was a solid in New York or Boston. Mm-hmm. Solid 7. Better than anything we got in Charlottesville, because Charlottesville, the best one was.
Instead of Craft, that's barbecue. We went there.
Claudette, oh my God, it's so good to see you. We miss you and Calvary Chapel Bangers so much. And Mike Ferruccio, my brother. Good to see you on. All right, we got a lot of strength and honors, John. Don't hang out. Hang on, we got a lot of strength and honors to catch up. So to Facebook, Watch Psych. I don't know who typed Watch Psych. I can't see your name. It's not saying who your name is there. But to Tom Magnuson for coming back.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
To the man who married us, one of my closest friends, one of my best friends in the whole world, Mike Ferruccio.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
And then for John, for coming down here and scouting it out and having the guts to leave behind, everything. I mean, it takes guts to leave everything you knew for something better. I mean, it's almost, it's not, I mean, it just makes you stand in awe of the people who, like the settlers who went west.
And just had no idea.
Had nothing. Yeah. There was no roads. There was no nothing. They got in a cart and just started going west. Yeah. Absolutely amazing. Coming on down here. And brother, you got a community. We're going to welcome you with wide open arms. Yeah. And I mean, so Joel and Chris have been working out with me this whole week. So we did 5 days in a row this week. Hopefully they're going to make it tomorrow for leg day in the afternoon.
All right.
I'm sleeping in tomorrow. We finally got our new purple mattress. Hold on, purple mattress.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
Guest room, not ready.
It's not ready yet, Mike Ferruccio. Right now it's got our spare purple in there, which might not be a bad thing for you. So John, so hold on before, I don't want to keep John hung up here on the phone. So John, what time do you want to get together tomorrow?
Tomorrow morning, Chris and I, we're looking at property, as a matter of fact. So
why don't you text me when you get done with that, and we'll meet for either a brunch or a lunch or whatever.
Absolutely, I'll do that. And when I get down here, you're going to add a little more to your workout.
Awesome, man. I mean, I tell you, we got the space, we got the room, and it'd be great to have another brother here. It's all about fellowship. Iron sharpens iron, and
accountability. He's been rolling out every morning.
Yeah, it's the accountability, but it's also you get a measure of a man. When you start working out and you start dealing with pain tolerances and you start dealing with a lot of things, you can tell a man's work ethic.
And ladies.
Well, whatever. Your workout person. There's no ladies in the gym, so I'm not going to say ladies. There's no ladies in the gym. So unless you want to get your happy ass out there with us.
In this scenario. Okay.
Again, Lauren used to be a workout partner. She's a beast, and that was the worst workouts ever because when your wife is smoking you got to put out, right? So anyways, you get to learn a lot about a person there. You get to know how many excuses they're going to come up with not showing up. You're going to know.
Chris Abla, if you're still on, you've got to strike.
I'm not saying a word. I wasn't going to dive him out to the world, man.
I'm not going to say
Lauren
why.
will cut you. Lauren will cut you. So anyways, whether they're going to show up or whether they have an excuse every other day, you're going to learn, what their work ethic is. Are they helping load the weights? Are they helping offload the weights? You get to learn so much about them, when they're hurting or when they're whatever. Do they just quit? Do they sit down? Do they do whatever? And a lot of people don't know. So you got to offer corrective action in the beginning. And then it's about to see who they are.
How for a lot of business meetings, people will go golfing to see how they handle.
Yeah.
Or they'll go to dinner and with their wife, those are some lessons we've learned in the business world. But for you, it's go to the gym.
Let's go to the gym because that's everything. You're gonna get to see who's a slacker, who's not a slacker, and then you'll also see people who can change, right? Because some people have never been mentored in how to do that. And, I was one of them, I had no idea. I went to the weight room, I worked out on my own, but I went to the SEAL teams. I would be standing or, I'd be in the, sitting there and I'd be leaning on a wall and one be like, what are you doing leaning on a wall? Leaning on a wall. The wall's fine on its own. Stand up. What are you doing? And I'm just like, holy smokes. I never even thought of that. And then it became part of my identity. So John, I look forward to having you at the gym. Is there anything else you want to say to anyone out there who may be considering moving to Tennessee? Maybe Mike Ferruccio, maybe some other people up here. It'll be, who are thinking about coming down.
Yeah, don't procrastinate. If it's even an inkling of a plan to do it, make your move. Get down here, check it out. And that's really all I could say.
Yeah, you got a place to stay.
And one more thing about the workouts. I'm getting a little long in the tooth. I'm getting a little older my age. And the one thing, as far as combatives go, I like to roll around with the young guys. And I'll tell you what, it hurts when I'm done. But but it's something that you need to do.
Yeah, with the young guys, I get a little nervous because they don't have the control, right? I've got floating seat discs in my back and my neck and everything else,
same here.
and so I like rolling with guys who have control and who are great, who are really good. So they don't try to overcompensate me with strength; they do it with technique, and then it's on me to tap out. What happens, you get these young kids who just thrash around sometimes. And I see so many hyperextended elbows or blown knees or torn shoulder rotator cuffs or all that stuff for those youngins. So again, it's about mentoring the right way for them to spar. Right. And again, rolling is absolutely amazing. I have to get a mat here. That's the one part I'm missing. We're set up for a striking gym right now. We have heavy bags. We've got everything you possibly could need there. We got headgear, gloves, focus mitts, strike pads. We got the whole deal. But
yeah, that's great. That's great.
I would love to have the rolling mat here and then get people with no egos, right? Because let's face it, the longer you're an operator like myself and others out there, the more injuries you pick up and the more you have to train around them, and you have to really trust the people that you're giving your access to your body for. So John, there's someone on it. Steve wants to know if you're from Philly.
I was born and raised in Philly, moved over to Jersey early 90s, and I should have left then, but
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So we got some stuff going on.
All
so
right,
John, thank you for calling in.
All right.
I really appreciate you coming in
See you
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
I can't wait to see you tomorrow, brother. I'll
as soon as I'm done, I'm freed up. I'll get with you, and then we'll set
Good luck with your showings tomorrow morning.
Awesome.
All right. Thank you.
So
guys, have a good night.
Thank you. So we got Mary Jo Colho. Anyways, let us know how we pronounce that. Hey, love watching you guys. You are giving us hope that life gets better. I've had enough of New Jersey and we'll be calling East Tennessee home very soon. Mary Jo, here's to you. Welcome. Thanks for finding us.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
I can't tell you how awesome this place is. That's all I got to say.
Let us know when you're here and if we can help you in any way.
Yeah, by then we'll have every restaurant scouted. I already got one, a barber scouted. We'll have everything on
Barber
set.
needs some refining, you said, right?
Yeah, I just need to give clearer guidance. I'm going to put that on me. He was
misses
very friendly.
his Sonny.
I miss Sonny. So anyways.
Mike Ferrucci, how many G&Ts have you had? He keeps going, Tennessee.
That's an old song from like the 80s, Arrested Development. I won't even get into that. But anyway, I'm just saying I love it here. I can't wait to meet exit 20. We are exit 27.
And you went?
I went to Cherokee Barber.
Which was down past us, right? Towards Unicoi?
No, it's to the right. Up. So it might be between 27 and 26.
But is there a good barber off exit 20, Todd?
If there is, I'm willing to try another one. My guy was nice. But anyways,
he's had 3 doubles.
Jay Ferruccio, good to see you.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
Well, that's all right.
He gets to now have a whole bottle to himself.
I'm going to split it with pregnant lady over here. Go ahead, Lauren.
Which is a bummer.
This is called filling time.
Yeah, I'm certainly not going to despair being pregnant, but it's kind of a rough time to be like settling into a new town and being limited on.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's great. I get a designated driver whenever I want one.
Right. Yeah. You're welcome.
What can I say?
Oh my God, addicted to Moana right now. It's like the one movie she's watched.
So Disney is going to hell. I don't know if you guys saw Tucker Carlson tonight. If you probably didn't need Tucker to tell you, but Disney's going to hell.
Oh, Candace, you didn't know? Yes, thank you. And
Candace, you didn't know? Oh my God.
Candace, the best. Closed the chapter of having to sell
She's had
to
deal with our house. It's been a 2-year process. Candace, we love you. You're amazing. Thank you so much. So here's the Candace Owens.
Strength and honor.
Candace Owens.
Sorry, Candace Vanderlyn. Oh, fuck. Why do I do that? It's because it's the only other Candace I know. Candace Vanderlinda, who does real estate in Charlottesville. She's a great agent. She was with us through the good and the bad.
Take off this guy here.
Okay.
Up there.
What are you looking for?
The comment. How do you remove it?
You just choose another one.
Oh. Okay. Well, what?
Away from the mouse.
away.
Away from the
We're
mouse.
talking about Disney.
Yes. So we're gonna show Candace's love you.
No.
So Moana, I nearly drunk. What are you talking about? I've only had a few glasses of wine. I'm not like 10 GNTs in there, Mike Ferrugio. But anyways, so Moana is one of those Disney movies that I fully endorse for my daughter. There's no genderism going on. There's no princess stuff going on. She doesn't need to be rescued.
No woke story.
No wokeism going on. It's just a really cool thing. Unfortunately, The Rock plays Maui and he's become a Democrat, whatever, loser now. So, 6. You've had 6. Okay. Yeah, Mike, at this point, I don't know if I want you to call in, but if you do want to call in, keep it clean, keep it coherent, and you're always welcome to call into our show. You're one of my best friends, and we appreciate you.
Bea asks for
Moana
every day, so she gets like 10 minutes at a time. Well, it's helpful.
And she sings it. She doesn't know the words,
so cute.
but she makes the sound.
Exactly when the songs are going to come on, and
thank you.
I'll be in the kitchen and I'll be hearing a song and I'll be hearing her trying to sing along. It's so cute. But yeah, she's getting some of the words.
It's so good. And I must say, and I don't mean downer, but not having this with Connor.
Yeah.
Connor is my son with autism, for you guys who don't know. And he didn't talk. Bea talks more than him now.
Mm-hmm. She's more interactive.
She's more interactive than him now, and she's 2. Mm-hmm. And it's just such a different experience. And, I'm just so thankful for it.
Yeah.
I'm just so thankful for it. So, who knew? Who knew they're so funny and they're such a good time. So we went to Japanese hibachi tonight for dinner. Mm-hmm. And, B was running out of time. You had a baby, you're in a restaurant, there's a certain time, you got distraction techniques, you do it, and it was dancing time. So I put on Moana and she was like folding herself in half, rocking out to away, away. Da, 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 da. And everyone had to be looking at it like I was throwing around, but I wasn't doing it.
You guys have seen the videos before where she's just like going like this. Like as hard as she can.
Yeah. So for those of you who are on right now who haven't been on the whole time, which is 23 people on, which is really good for us. We are toasting strength and honor. So
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
We are strength and honoring people who are making a difference in the world and making a difference in your life. So if you want to toast whoever that special someone is, it could be anyone. It could be, like I said, could be your wife, could be your husband, could be your mom, your dad, your boss, the police officer down the street, whoever you want to recognize, let us know, put them in here. You can put them in text and we're happy to do that. Or you can call in and you can say what's on your heart. So we have the technology now. We're so excited to be able to do that. And here's Mike Ferrugio.
Buckle up, guys.
All right. Mike Ferrugio, I want to hear, are you slurring yet?
No, I'm not slurring.
Okay, you're good to go. So, Mike, welcome to Christian Warrior Talk. Welcome to the show. Everyone here knows you already. You married us. You're one of my best friends. What do you have to say tonight?
Well, you're talking about being thankful.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah.
And I want to say that I'm thankful.
Mike, can you mute our show in the background?
Oh, I can't.
Hey, John Fatsker, what's up, brother? There's another Jersey guy.
Hold on a second.
All right.
I gotta find the volume.
I'm going to mute you while you figure that out. So, sorry, guys, about that. Mike's figuring it out, and then when he'll be right back. All right, you're back.
There's a time lapse.
What's up, Mike? So, we're talking about being thankful, so go.
So, listen, here's a big thankful. This morning, brother, I called you up while I was driving up the mountain to go to a job. And I was sharing with you what were some of the things that were stressing me out. And you said to me, as if the Holy Spirit was speaking, you said, hey, these are all things that you can fix. They're all things that you can address and fix. And you're right. They were. They were all things that were in my control that I could fix. And I've taken steps to fix those things. So I thank you.
Hey, no problem,
strength
brother.
And honor to Jason for being the best
Oh.
at giving
Strength
friend
and honor.
advice.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
I don't know about that, but I'll take it.
Whether they want to hear it or not, you give it.
It was good advice.
Quality.
It was good advice. You know, we all strive to be the hands and feet, mouth and ears of our Lord Jesus. And this morning, you were those words. You said, "Hey, man, everything that you're talking about is in your control, so you can control those things and change them." And it worked.
Well, hey, Mike, I really appreciate that. I can't tell you how much I treasure our friendship. You know, I have no doubt that our relationship and our friendship is going to endure through the distance, and hopefully I can persuade you to move to freedom because,
amen.
It is, as you can see in the chat and in the show, there's a lot of us here, brother.
It's way better.
We're looking
than Florida.
for that. We're
you
looking
don't need to go
for
to
that.
Florida.
Yeah, maybe better than Florida. Maybe Florida and Tennessee.
So skip Virginia and just split time, Florida and Tennessee.
Yeah, I like that idea.
All right, Mike. Well, you got anything else you
want to
say?
I love you.
All right, love you too. Have a great
Enjoy
night.
Your G&Ts.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, so we got Chase saying we got New Jersey in the house. There's a lot of New Jerseyans in the house.
Then we have
John Fetzker here. We got that, and now
Misty
we got
C. Rose
Misty
Farm
C. Rose Farm is back,
Jersey.
and he's from from Jersey. So
being taken over.
Man, it's great. If we could just get you to move down here.
Does this make you optimistic that there are more people like you in Jersey than you might realize?
You need to start a Facebook group, Conservatives Behind Enemy Lines in New Jersey. And I think you guys will have a very full group. A very full group. So Steve Riley would say, I would like to strengthen and honor my wife, Melissa, of 30 years, and happy Mother's Day to two beautiful daughters. You know what, brother? That's awesome. So here's to you, Steve.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
You and your wife.
Yep, you and your wife and your daughters. And then we have Misty Rose Farm. My wife for putting up with me, this old jarhead, for 27 years, and I'm also in New Jersey, of course. So here you go.
From New Jersey. I think he's Florida now.
And then Steve Riley, Melissa and I are from Jersey. Holy smokes. A lot of reformed New Jerseyans here. Why is so many conservatives from New Jersey and your state's blue? What's going on with that?
Because it sounds like a lot of them have left.
Yeah. They all got smart. So, man, so what else do we got, guys? Who else out there wants to come on the show and tell a story about somebody who is doing different, making a difference in their life? Lauren, what do you got?
I'm trying to think if I have any personal ones. I mean, other than I've been very inspired by you this week with your work ethic, with the workouts, and with everything. Just to see you so happy today after how well the Hope Report went, and kind of all the work that you put into that, and to getting that off the ground, and it went exactly as you wanted it to today. I was so happy and proud of you.
Well, thank you. That means everything.
So I think that as personal, I mean, there was a few kind of news stories, that shooting, where the girl in the middle school, shot and only injured some people, fortunately. And the teacher, a female teacher, literally walked up to her and took away the gun and stopped her. So I think she deserves a strength and honor.
Well, do we know her name?
Yeah, I can pull up the.
So when you find her name, so for those of you guys who don't know, there was an active shooter. It was a sixth grade female
girl, in Idaho,
who shot the janitor and then some students. Right?
Yeah, three people wounded. So I'm not sure.
I think it was a janitor and then two students.
Yeah. So Krista Knighting.
All right, Krista Knighting. Bro, here you go.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
No one's harsher on teachers than me, and for the bad ones, but the good ones, are epic. I mean, I still remember Mr. Walsh, who got up there in a secular school, and he was a Democrat, an old Democrat, a union Democrat, and told me it was okay not to take the normal path.
Oh,
you don't have to go in this. You don't have to do all that. You can do whatever you want to do, and as long as you bust your butt at what you're doing, you're going to make it.
Well, I think a lot of people, they have one teacher who often stands out in their mind as they were the person, whether or not they realized it at the time, that really shaped or influenced their path. And I think I'm thinking of Pastor Ken Graves. Also, he mentions in his testimony, kind of
was a teacher who exposed him to Christianity.
Who a teacher then had a Bible in his, I think it was a science teacher or something, right? And he had a Bible in his room, and through some conversation with him and the way that he answered questions in this secular school kind of made Ken's mind kind of really start going on what the Bible meant, and what he was being taught versus what the truth could really be, kind of based on this teacher. So he credits that teacher a lot on.
Well, in your own journey, you have your teacher. I mean, you called your old.
I messaged, so Mr. Watts, my band teacher. Yeah, he's the one person who was probably the most outspoken Christian, I guess. We knew his faith as a teacher, and that probably wasn't encouraged. And at that point, I was an atheist, a very smart atheist in high school, and I would talk to him sometimes about it and tell him he was very silly for his beliefs. But I messaged him just a couple weeks ago saying that I want you to know kind of where I am now, and that I think about those conversations often, and that they probably planted a seed back then that I didn't even realize. But said thank you for putting up with me in my.
I remember very early in our conversations of talking about God and micro, like as we worked through the science of micro, macro evolution and everything else, his name came up.
Yeah.
And I remember asking you if every time you went home when we were still dating, if you saw him.
Yeah, I had. Well, so I think and I was looking back at our conversation history. I think the last time I had messaged with him was right prior to, actually, I was telling you, because it was back in 2014. I had gone home and I was miserable in Virginia. Hadn't met Jason yet, and I hated my job at the time, and no friends really. And I was planning on quitting my job and moving home by the end of the year. And so I met up with him and a couple of other my friends from high school that he was their teacher as well. And I told them this plan. And in these messages, I was like, I'll see you in December when I move back home. And 2 weeks after that, I met Jason, and I never went home.
Oh, damn.
But that was the last time. So he didn't know anything about my faith journey.
Well, I'm thankful for him, and I'm sure it means the world to him when somebody like you, especially, and it's funny, you shared your texts and your conversation with him is how he had to leave that school district because it became so secular.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, it's not surprising that in Freeport, where I'm from, that the school system there has become very polluted, as so many others are. But yeah, he kind of got outed himself just because it was a miserable environment for him.
Well, here's to
Mr. Watts, David Watts.
Mr.
And I think it was his
Strength
birthday
and
yesterday.
honor. Strength and honor.
All right, so now I got to drop some thunder. So, Chris Scott, drop on down. What are you doing showing up like an hour late to the show, man? You don't get credit for tuning in to
Did you see that
the Hope
Kaz
Report
was on earlier?
I did not see that Kaz
Yeah,
is
he was
on.
way back, and I don't know if
Kaz, you still here? I don't know if you heard us. Thank you, but on our moving day, for you guys who know, Kaz owns Texas Angel Oil, which is an amazing olive oil made in Texas from a Christian veteran. It's absolutely disabled veteran, absolutely amazing. And at 5 o'clock, we're emptying our last truck, and we just closed it up. And what shows up? Food.
Mm-hmm.
Kaz had everything delivered to us. It was absolutely amazing. But
so it was a little ways back, but
yeah. But holy smokes. So thankful. But for
Chris Scott,
You better start knocking out push-ups. That's all I'm saying right now. But welcome, brother. I
Is
missed
Danae
you.
with you? Do we have the better
If you guys
half?
want to call in tonight, I'd love to have you in tonight. And to get Texas Kaz is here.
Hey, good.
Kaz, you ready to come on? You want to say anything tonight, man? I know
We're still trying to get your testimony. You've been so
Yeah.
slammed after that weather issue.
After the weather, and
Yeah.
of course, it blessed. The Lord is so good. It actually improved your crop of olives and everything else. It's just awesome. So we're still waiting for our olive plants, but hey, it's okay because we haven't planted the cross yet. That's our first construction project, and as soon as Darren comes down, we're going to hang some 6x6s up there and make an awesome cross with $1 million view for the Lord. So
yeah,
not that he needs it, but we're going to honor him with it.
Our Tennessee schools by comparison, that's on the top of our list.
Right.
Moved in Monday. Okay, so Todd, you're very new here too. We've heard that they are the public school systems here are okay. They're not. So the woman who I did my secret handshake with today, she said her kids went to public school and they had a pretty good experience. She lives in the Telford area, so a little bit west of here, and I think she said that. There's been some legislation or something with some of the schools that they can't do like the critical race theory changes to the education plan and stuff like that. So she said they had one issue with the counselor and they told the counselor to never talk to their daughter again, but that was it.
Awesome. Awesome for them for being empowered to say that. So Victor said, I just ran 160 yards for the first time since 2002. I've had 119 surgeries, a below the knee amputation I had on July 5th, 2020 has given me a better version of me.
Awesome.
I have been physically and mentally alive. That's great to hear, Victor. Here's to you.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
I think so many people look at amputations and things like that as the end, and it's so great that that's actually been a beginning for you.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, my mom has, a fused ankle, this and that, and I told her to just cut it off and put a blade on.
Yeah.
Everybody I know who has a blade is way happier than dealing with some destroyed tissue from back in the day. So William Rutledge said, strength and honor to both of you for being here, for all of us that watch. You have influenced me as my coming back to the Lord.
Awesome.
Well, William, that
Thank
is
you
so
much.
amazing, William. And there is not, the angels of heaven rejoice, and all of heaven rejoices when the prodigal son returns. So the fact that you're coming back means everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we do this. This podcast is a net loss for us when it comes to money and everything else. But we're hoping we're doing the Lord's work, and we're building community, and we're trying to make a difference in the lives as best we know how. And we figured just getting on screen and being us and just sharing our experience, and maybe through our bumps and bruises and our ups and downs, maybe somebody out there will learn something and it'll help them and save them some time. Yeah. So again, thank you, William. I really appreciate that. And I will take your strength and honor.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
So
Shay, I am far from an expert at the secret handshake. This is like the pro. He does it so perfectly well. It's like every time he comes back from meeting someone new, it's like they're best friends because they've figured it out. But for me today, it's kind of started with she saw, the out of state plate. So it's the, where are you from? Why'd you move?
Now our plates are a tell. They are don't tread on me, and my license plate is Crusader.
Yes.
So it's pretty easy for them to know who we are right away.
Yeah. So, kind of saying we didn't like how our state was going, and we were looking for a place that was a better cultural fit and things like that. And then kind of where we wanted to raise our children in that kind of community. And then it, dropping, being a Christian and things like that. And so if you start to get pushback or kind of the uncomfortable and those beginning things, then you're probably not heading in the right direction. But if they're in agreement, you can start being a little bit more out about it, kind of being being a little bit more forthcoming, saying more of the obvious words.
So the things the easiest way to say is we were leaving the state. We didn't like the way it was going.
Yeah.
So if they're a Democrat, they'll be like, well, what do you mean? And then you know immediately what do they mean, because when they are conservative, they'll be like, I hear you. We're afraid of that here, or they'll give you that's the lead question I do. So when people are like, why'd you come here? I'm like, I didn't like the way my state was going, this, that, and the other thing. And I came here for freedom. And if you say that, you're going to get either, heck yeah, brother, welcome.
Yeah,
or you're going to get some
how
weird
we found out that our neighbor across the street might not be on the team, because he's like, we came here to be reinforcements. And the guy across the street, well, I don't think we need reinforcements.
We don't need no reinforcements. Everyone just kind of, whatever.
We're just kind of quiet, keep to ourselves.
Whereas the other ones were like high-fiving me and like hugging me, chest bumping me, like, welcome, man. So anyways, so let's continue down.
I will also say, Shay, that my chances of having a successful secret handshake here are a lot higher than they are for you.
Yeah.
So I can't guarantee you the same success.
Well, I am drinking Robert Mondavi Private Selection.
What are you going to do?
Bourbon. Oh, I've still got plenty in the glass.
Okay. Barrel
aged, Cab Sav, California 2018. Bought by Adventures of Sojen. So this is the second bottle of wine, and both were amazing. So
awesome.
Thank you, Sojen. You guys came through.
They were on the road, yet they still came through with gifts. They're amazing.
Yeah, they're so good. So let's see. That must be some good stuff. I already said that.
Todd, also, as far as the schools go, I don't know what you're looking for, but there is at least one well-regarded Christian private school, very affordable Christian private school. And there are also a lot of Christian homeschooling cooperatives. So depending on which direction you're going. But if you need public schools, I don't think you're anywhere as they're not going to be nearly as toxic as a lot of the public schools elsewhere.
Yeah. So Jay, yes, you're screwed with your New Jersey place. Rent a car. Well, I mean, most people, they're not going to do anything down there. They're just going to judge you.
Well, are you trying to figure out how to do a secret handshake there, or when you go elsewhere?
Yeah, so we're definitely going to do homeschool or private here when it comes to that. I'm not going to have my kid learning that the founding fathers were racist, terrible, awful people.
Yeah, well, and that's what I think she was saying, that some of the school boards or government here has voted to not implement, that they cannot implement here. But that's always susceptible to change.
Oh, Todd, you're losing me here. Hiding your power level equals or greater than rent the car. I don't know. So I think we have to move to Christian, not Christian. No more political or racial lines. We just need to pray, guide, mentor to all non-Christians. So yes and no on that, right? So I think we need to work on the people who, like, getting out there and shouting to the masses is not going to do anything. It's just going to creep everyone out. And the people that you're going to attract are usually the mentally unstable who are attracted to that type of thing. It is basically using your current relationships, the people who already love you, already trust you, you already have authority in their life to speak that truth to them, and that you have a chance of changing their lives and saving their souls doing that. When you're just shouting to the masses and you're shotgunning to every non-believer out there, I don't know how fruitful that is. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I'm not Billy Graham. I'm Jason Perry, who's way down the food chain.
Well, also, I mean, you could look at it that there's a lot of Christians who don't really know what it means to be a Christian. They call themselves Christian, but they're not practicing it in a way that might get them through that narrow gate. So I think that could be a starting point, because there are people who are already willing to believe. And so you can just help guide them, mentor them towards what the word really says.
All right. So we got another comment here from Victor. God gives you what you need when you are not looking. Follow your higher power. Look for the best in people. Define your life by one idea. The past is not the present, and Godspeed to all. That's some great words there, Victor.
Deep,
way
Victor.
Better than your gummy bear garbage.
Yeah, you come up with some good ones in between all of the.
Yeah. We the people, man. You late, but it's good to see you here. Congratulations and thank you.
Cheers to you.
Yeah, strength and honor.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
Corey Baldwin, are you a new follower? Welcome, brother. It's strength and honor to you.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and
The
honor.
name seems familiar, but maybe not.
Yeah, I just haven't seen that picture before. So when we moved to our town, it was great. High school only had 700 kids. Awesome.
That's still a bit. My high school in Freeport had like less than 450 kids.
Wow. Now I bet you it's huge.
I don't know. I mean, they were pulling in from some of the smaller towns that didn't have a high school themselves, but I think it's still, I mean, I would be surprised if it's over 5 or much over 5.
Yeah, so let me pull this up right here. So Todd Magnuson said, I'm looking for a church of the Ken Graves variety. Aren't we all, brother?
Yeah,
I mean, that's why we're having to start one here. We're not ready for it yet. I'm not ready for it yet, but we're laying the groundworks. We're building a compound here, and we are going to build something that is not addict focused like him. I don't feel called like that.
Mhm.
Ken has a heart to work with, the addicts. I don't. I want to work with people who gave it all and in giving all, got broke.
Mhm.
So your first responders, your military, those people, and want to what?
Shay's comment. Can we implement potty breaks for Lauren? That's so much seltzer. I don't need them yet. In a few more months, I'll probably need some potty breaks on.
She can go anytime you want. You're just gonna see her
My
Santa PJs.
I told you guys I was gonna wear them every Friday.
Where are you? Want to show them your Santa PJs?
Sure.
So,
I mean, it's like, get over it. I mean, this is not a surprise anymore.
It
that I
is
wear,
May, and you're
Santa
wearing
PJs.
Santa PJs.
I haven't found some of the other ones yet since the move, and I don't really have that many anyways. They work just as well in the summer as they do at Christmas time.
So we got another comment here by I just saw Oklahoma governor signed a bill banning critical race theory. Awesome. I've been seeing, I think Florida's done that. I'm not sure how many other states. I hope they all do it.
Yeah, Montana, I think it's or some.
Yeah. I mean,
the expected ones.
Jay said the struggle is real.
I said back in the beginning, the first time he called me out for my Santa PJs, I said, I will wear these every Friday now. And I'm happily doing so.
You wear them on Wednesday too.
I wear them every night, but I mean, they get washed.
Don't act like it's a
it's
special
a deliberate choice on Fridays. Other nights, it's just a deliberate choice. I don't have many. I need to get more.
It's possible, Todd. I don't know how every state is voting, but I know that strong conservative leadership is banning the 1619 Project in critical race.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where Tennessee falls on. They certainly aren't the first to come out with these positions.
They seem to be bandwagon. They jump on stuff.
So hopefully that continues. I mean, I don't know. I know that there's some people that some locals that we've talked to recently that have been a bit concerned about the influence of Nashville, and then secondly, Memphis and Knoxville, increasing in population that will pull.
So Todd wants to know, I guess he's talking about our laundry.
Yeah.
Is it the funk basket or the wash basket?
They don't get funky.
No, you're
They don't get funky.
No.
They're just maybe a little extra dog hair or something. It's not like I do much in them, so they're just, I mean, they don't get like stinky. I have a few other pairs that I rotate, guys. I just make sure that they're available for Friday.
So Todd said Nashville and Knoxville are cesspools. I have not been to Nashville, and Knoxville is a town.
Well, we know that like even country
we know
music
they're
is
blue.
getting all woke and everything.
Yeah.
So you hope that it's not going to be a place was like Texas, it's like, we'll never go blue. And all of a sudden they're finding
there's not
blue.
enough cities here. Like right now, so Memphis and Nashville go blue. But the rest of the state is and the fact that places like Johnson City and all these micro communities are exploding right now because conservatives are fleeing blue states and reinforcing red states. And so, all right. So hold on, Victor. I'm going to throw this up without reading it. Hold on. I hope I don't regret
betray
this.
the trust.
Also, dance with the spirit that guides your moral compass to shine a bright light in those dark places that need opening, but use caution to find good in the darkness. Man, Victor's like on a poet. Did you eat mushrooms or something tonight, bro? You're like dropping knowledge.
Maybe he's communed with the Holy Spirit or something.
Maybe. So Mike said, here we go, Mike. Let's pull up Mike. Mike Ferrugio.
Aren't you guys loving this new feature that he has? This whole like highlight the chat thing?
Sadly, every major city is blue and has much more concentration of people. It's true. Yep. And that's why the Electoral College was so brilliant, right? Knowing that's
why Democrats want to get rid of it.
Exactly. Which is why we all need to stop wasting our votes in blue states. You guys, there is no, there's no hope on this earth for you in a blue state. That's all I can, that's as honest as I can be. I didn't come down here because it was fun. I didn't come down here because it was cool. I came down here because it was a necessity. You know, and if I'm putting my family here, I'm leading by example and showing you what I think you need to do. So yes, Tennessee's great. There are other places that you can go that are awesome. I am very biased against East Tennessee because that's the weather. That's the weather. It's the, I mean, we drove around today, just went to Target or the grocery store, and we're just like surrounded by mountains the entire way. It was beautiful.
God willing, conservatives are reinforcing tons.
We are.
That makes sense.
We are.
It seems to be the the agents that we've talked to here. They said that the requests are more similar to what ours were versus other opposite influences.
So Todd says, I don't have hope for Washington. I don't have hope for blue states or cities. I have hope for regions, Appalachia, Dakotas. Yeah, I think, well, I mean, regions, I don't have much hope for North Carolina. I mean, I pray and hope for them, but I didn't move to, I mean, the climate wise, Boone was everything I wanted. It was the cool summers of Maine without the deep frost of Maine. And Boone is gorgeous, but it's liberal as heck. And I don't know how long North Carolina is going to stay red.
We the people know mass down there, right? I would say generally it's optional. I think every single place we've been, there have been people 50, who wear 50. And people who don't. Best Buy is the only place we've seen that they have a table set up that they'll give you a mask if you walk in without one. Everywhere else, you'll see other people of varying ratios with and without. I went to turn on our utilities in Elizabethton, which is the town east of here, kind of more into the mountains. And they have kind of a revised policy notice on their door just saying they're requesting, your 6 feet social distancing.
I keep shouting Florida.
Florida.
I'm not a fan of Florida, dude. It's hot. It sucks. It's awful. Sorry, I lived there for 4 years in Panama City, Florida. And unless you're on the beach, you're hiding in your house. So I know you went there in the cool weather, and in the winter, you got one season where it's cool. The rest of the time it's an oven and you're evacuating because of hurricanes. And yes, they have one of the best governors in the world, but that's it. But Florida sucks the rest of the time. And all those beach towns that you're talking about are all the ones running for their life and evacuating every other time. I was there for Katrina, the year where we evacuated 5 times. So I got really good at hanging plywood and all that. It's really good probably for a handyman business.
Yeah. Yeah.
So but
Todd, you said mass or corporate in East Tennessee. Did you mean optional?
Shout out to Panama City Beach. Oh man, that's where I was. Panama City Beach. That was a great time when, before I moved down there, when I was just going down there to party. It's a great party town. You don't want to live there. You don't want to live there. And the adult version of that is actually, you want to go to Destin, Florida, which is like Happy Days. It's really cool. Anyways.
I'm just looking at Todd's comments. Said Johnson City,
Florida is all open. Yes, it is.
Area.
So it's open here. I mean, everything's open here. I haven't really run into anything that's not open. But as far as, I feel zero peer pressure to wear it.
Oh, masks are corporate. I mean, corporations are the ones enforcing it. Target, Walmart. Yeah.
Yeah,
ones that
well,
have
and
the
that's
powers out of state.
So guess what? We had to spend money today. So Target, you're probably not watching this, obviously, but here we go. We had money to spend today. We need to get iPhone cases for our new iPhones, new chargers, new everything. And I spent like $400 between that and the new coffee maker on at a different at Best Buy because I didn't want to deal with Target.
Yeah, not that Best Buy was any better here, but
yeah,
we had to say that the Target here is kind of toe.
Yeah, the Target here is very
there's
toe.
Some strange things here that like they just seem tired. Like there's a lot of areas of Johnson City that the shopping and the stores seem kind of new and shiny. The Target here is toe. It's tired.
Yeah, I mean the Target area is very toe. When we say toe, we mean get toe. That's where toe. That's our code for toe. Let's see what we got here. Johnson City Mall has a creepy COVID area. Target, where'd that go?
We have not made it to Ingalls yet, Jen. I'll let you know.
Jen, you love that place. Like I better get like a full back massage when I walk in the door. You love Ingalls, but I mean, is it that good? Today we hit Food City, the better Food City here, and it was nice.
Food City near us is also toe.
Yeah, the Food City.
There's food cities all over the place, and we went to a nicer one, and it was a lot nicer. Yes, Mike, his coffee maker went out, which is a tragic disaster for him in the morning.
I worked out without coffee in the morning.
Tea. He did his workout with tea.
I did a Friday workout with tea. That is like terrible. I got up and I was just like, I put my head in my hands and I'm just like,
there's no coffee.
How am I going to do this? I need about 300 milligrams to even like open my eyes.
Caffeine pills, right?
What's that?
Caffeine pills.
I should have taken
You should have
those.
just done that.
Should have just done that.
Right in. Ingalls is a grocery store. As best as I can gather, it's somewhat Trader Joe's-ish.
So we have, Ingalls is a grocery store like Trader Joe's, like Lauren said. So yeah, what I've seen is the government in Canada really is correcting. Of course, Canada is a socialist country. Like my mom is still in Canada and she lives in Nova Scotia, which is an island. So she's getting the least of it over there. But Americans have been held against their will in Canada in quarantine. Like Canada is a freaking cesspool right now, people. Like it is, one step away from, socialism. It is everything you don't want. If you're in the South, it's everything you don't want. If you're in Massachusetts and you think it's great, or New York, it's great, go to Canada. It's probably even better.
Yeah.
And in fact, become a Canadian and leave America. It'd be great.
They all said they were going to, but none of them did. It's almost like they realized that we're a better country.
So I do love it. Wait till you go. You'll love it. The best veggie area around. The people that work there are awesome, helpful, and friendly. Cool. So Todd said 2 cups at least. 2 cups. It depends on the size. This is my cup.
Yeah, is this your size cup?
This is my cup.
This is how we roll in the Perry house.
So 8 ounces don't cut anything.
No. And chocolate-covered coffee beans are good. Do they have those at Ingalls, Chris Scott? I used to get those at Trader Joe's.
So never can. I mean, there is a place in Canada. Canada is beautiful. It is mountains. It is glacier lakes. It is a lot of cool things. Unfortunately, it's run by a socialist government, and the people up there who have been like stereotyped to be like these really nice, welcoming people, they are the most liberal, uber Democrat, socialist tyrants that you can imagine. And they freaking hate you. Half of them are French Canadian, which tells you exactly what you need to know. There's nothing good in French Canada. French Canadian culture, meaning French Canadian culture, French Canadian culture, whatever. It is awful, including their hockey team, but I won't get into that. So let's see here. We've got Never Cared for Canada. I have good friends in Alberta. He's gone full in the woods bug out. Yes, Brandy's still here. How close is Canada becoming? I would say they're probably 20 years out. Be an agent of change, here's Victor with another one, man. He's going all deep, so I'm gonna. The second he says gummy bear, I'm like never gonna let him post again.
The deep thoughts.
Be an agent of change in your family, community, church. do this first and look for opportunities to help. And hard actions that multiply into 30 different new actions or help others in a relationship.
All right, Victor. Another good one.
Another good one. British Columbia. I mean, dude, Canada is the topography, the environment is amazing. It's just the culture there, or the government. Sorry, not even the culture is even great. The government sucks. Who goes to Canada for healthcare?
Yeah.
No one.
Yeah.
Trust me, my grandmother died because their care sucks so bad. And, and I've got other family members there who are probably going to have the same problem. Thunder Bay and small towns are toe, as you call it, yes, in Canada, yep. Upstate New York is beautiful country, but ruined by tyrannical Paul. That's the part that breaks my heart. If you look at Western Massachusetts, if you look at upstate New York, those places, they are country boys, country girls out there. They are not what people think as Massachusetts or New York politicians or whatever. They are defined by the cesspool that is the city and the government, and it destroys them, and it's so sad. Minnesota is Canada light. Duluth is gorgeous, but it's blue. Yeah, I mean, Minnesota might as well be in Canada because it's so communist. Into your new value view of your new update high power, or all right, you lost me there, Victor. Enter your new value view of your view. New update.
Reel it in, Victor.
All right. I don't know. So Mary Jo Cole, I'll send you some ginseng energy fizz sticks to put in your water for a workout boost. I'll tell you, it better have at least 100 milligrams of caffeine, preferably 300, because,
energy fizz sticks.
Homeboy here has severe sleep apnea, so I don't sleep well on top of a bunch of other issues. So I'm chronically smoked. Is what that comes down to. So I rely on better chemistry to keep me going. And caffeine and coffee is the key.
Yes.
So, but I would love to try some ginseng energy.
You're getting your CPAP soon, right?
Yeah, the VA is finally going to come through. We'll see how good VA care is in Tennessee.
Which you were not all that
I was not impressed.
With. So he had an appointment yesterday. Not impressed. Which that was like touted as being a fantastic VA. So it's unfortunate.
So Misty C. Rose Farm said Trudeau started to grow a beard to be a Castro lookalike. Yeah. Again, I mean, anybody who votes for that guy should have a lobotomy.
CPAPs suck.
Elephant marks and masked knee. I don't know what elephant marks and masked knee are, but I assume they're brands of something. I'm willing to try anything. I have nothing right now, and I wake up smoked.
Yeah, it'd be interesting if it helps.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see what fully awake, non-sleepy, non-exhausted Jay Perry can do. Yeah, you look so thrilled. Horror just flashed across her face. Did you see that horror?
Maybe it's because you're having to replace it with so much synthetic energy. Maybe it'll be just a trade, but of refreshing energy instead.
Yeah, Dan, I mean, I felt like my doctor was my very obstructionist, but because of my independent duty corpsman training, I was able to kind of win him over and show him that I was not a drug seeker. I wasn't anything. These are my problems, and this is how I deal with them. And be like, you can either help me, or when my back goes, I'll be down for 3 months instead of a day.
Yeah.
So, sorry. Holy smokes, CPAP's a hot conversation. So, face mask, nose marks, no from experience. Michelle Bachman called Minnesota the Islamic State of Minnesota. That's right. Not sounding like a velociraptor near your SO.
Significant other.
Snoring like a bear. The CPAP helps me. Took some time to get used to. There are 2 types of masks. One does not deliver enough air for me. We can talk. All right, Chris, thank you. Minnesota is a Somalian state with a white quilt complex.
Guilt complex.
A guilt complex. It looks like quilt.
It's probably the G's probably cut off.
Okay. let's see. Yep. Guilt. So, yeah, I mean, Minnesota, I don't know why Mike Lindell still stays there. I have no idea other than it's hometown.
Thank God that it was not a required move when you were offered this job.
Yeah, I wouldn't have, actually, that's not true.
I would have taken it because it was God delivered, but you're like, God,
I want to take that back. I'm like, God, I'll go anywhere. I'll go to the bluest of blue states. I'll go to California. I'll do whatever if you want. I really hope it's Tennessee.
Yeah.
ResMed is a solid brand. Get a trace backup. Travel backup.
I don't know. Are you going to be able to pick, or are they just sending you one?
I have no idea. We'll see.
Might need to change.
I mean, I don't mind paying out of pocket. I just want to sleep. So, but in the end, guys, I really liked what we did tonight. I'm going to keep this trend of Strength and Honor Fridays. I think having people, toasting people who are doing it right and acknowledge them, they get beat down all the time. I mean, the world is going to tear you down 365. If we can take one show, one episode, a week to just reflect on the people who are doing it right, who are crushing it, and who are fighting for all of us, I think that and making a difference in all of our lives, whether it be, today on the Hope Report, I was talking to Melissa about the positives again, like we've talked about of COVID, and how we figured out who was vital really quickly.
Yes.
You're a bagger, underpaid, underappreciated.
Yep.
You're a server, underpaid, underappreciated. All your plumber, your electrician, all these people mattered. Who didn't? Consultants and all these other people who typically drive around in Mercedes and BMWs and Lexuses and whatever. They were irrelevant.
Yeah.
The elite class, what do they really do? Nothing.
Non-essential.
And, so it was great to see that, and I hope people keep this, keep playing this forward on who is most important. And the crazy thing is, and I just brought this up to somebody today, that the ridiculous, insane joke of a town called Charlottesville, where we lived, was getting ready to ban drive-thrus right before COVID happened. How many people would have been screwed without any food at all if they had done that?
Yeah.
So let me go. I tried emailing you guys a few days ago about kickback. Can you recommend the realtor you used? I think you said his name is Chris.
Chris Abla, A-B-L-A.
Chris Abla with Griffin Home Realty is who we use. I'd be happy to connect you. Very special having this Friday night. It's an honor, and I really like that you make it a focus. Love it. Thanks. I'm in tech and rolled my eyes at being essential. Yeah. Jason, dude, I needed that word. Binding evil spirits in the name of Jesus, but under attack, man. Well, Chris, I'm sorry you're under attack, and you have the authority right now in you by being a believer and a follower of Jesus Christ to take care of any attacks that you have. You just have to say, by the power and authority of Jesus Christ, I bind, the spirit of anger, the spirit of whatever it is, whatever particularly is attacking you. I cast it to the throne of judgment. I bring the power and the blood of Christ over me, power of the blood and the works of Jesus Christ over me. I put Jesus between me and any, fell power out there. And in Jesus' name, I pray these things, and then wrap it up, and you're good to go. Some version of that, and you're good to go, man. And you'll feel it leave you. What? Great seeing you guys doing Garrett, since Josh told me about you guys over a year ago. Oh, Josh Garay? Cool, man. It was a Josh Garay.
Okay.
We miss Josh. Josh is an
Josh
interesting
Garay,
dude, and I hope he's doing well. Amen, brother. All right, awesome. Well, hey, guys, I think this is a pretty good. Is there anything else you want to say tonight, Lauren? You want to pray us out?
Sure.
Unless there's anything else you want to say. The best revenge is living well and living well for others. Exactly, brother. All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this new, higher production quality. I hope you guys enjoyed the new theme on Friday. We're going to continue to do this from here on out. And I'm going to have a dedicated hotline number that I'm going to drop that you guys can, we're not going to answer any calls. You're going to have to text first. We're going to screen you and then you're going to come in, but that'll all be set up for next week. We're so pumped. And we're just going to keep driving on with it because I think that's really, an important thing to do. Well, we the people, thank you so much, Stephen Raleigh. Thank you. Lauren, go ahead and close us out in prayer. Crush it, baby.
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for this time of fellowship. It was truly a blessing tonight. We feel so connected to our audience and we are so grateful for them. And we hope that this time blessed them as well, brought them some laughter and some friendship into their lives in a moment that they might need it as well. And Lord, we're humbled on the path that you've put us on. And I pray that all of our viewers tonight can feel your hand on their back as well and find that guidance that you're giving them and the path that you want them to be on, Lord. And please just bless that for them. And we are in awe of your faithfulness as always. And so please just give us peace and happiness and safety through the weekend. And we love you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Hey, everyone, make sure you like this podcast or this show. If you want to write a review for it, go to Apple. We'd appreciate it. And write one on Apple Podcasts for us. We have our Patreon page. If you want to join the crew there and support this podcast, we'd appreciate that. And, tune in to the Hope Report as well that I do with Mike Lindell, for Mike Lindell, and Melissa Hooray is my co-host. And, we're just bringing the good news every day. So we love you all.
Have a great weekend, guys.
We love y'all. Oh,
love y'all.
man.
Much
love
better
y'all.
than Boston.
All right. Talk to you later.
God bless, guys.
God bless you.